for you guys. Who's ever heard of Wild Wings? Come on. Everybody, right? Would you believe that Wild Wings Cafe is haunted?
Yeah. Depends on how much you had to drink, probably.
That's awesome. You see, back in the 1950s, it was a department store known to the locals as Greenwald's. There was a couple that was both working there at the same time. They were very much in love. Well, the girl broke up with the boy. The boy proceeded to go to the storeroom and he hung himself from the rafters. After this, and Wild Wings was built and renovated, the exact location of that rafter he hung himself is located right near the bar on the second floor. Since then, a lot of weird things have happened. They have noted that bar stools don't usually stay up on that bar all night long, and even some other stuff has happened. The gentleman I was telling you about from the story that he told us at Ellis's, he had a friend that was a manager here at the time of Wild Wings during the time all this was kind of coming to surface, and he told us one very interesting story. You see, this man was a complete skeptic. He didn't believe in anything paranormal at all, but a woman walked in and she was a palm reader. She insisted on reading this guy's hand, even though he wouldn't let her. Well, it took a few minutes, and he finally let her, and she relayed some very, very personal information to him about his past that not many people do. It almost broke him down into tears. Why did she do this? To get his attention. She only had one question for the man. She wanted him to believe her before she asked. Sorry. The question was this: can you see him? She pointed to that rafter and said there was a gentleman there in older style work clothes, still hanging there to this day, and he looks very angry.
Yeah, that was about 4 years ago. And 2 years ago, I actually was standing here talking and just saw someone walking right along the trolley. And the investigator's right here. Not like this and said, Matt, there's someone out there. He poked his head out, flashlight. Who got the orb picture? Oh, there she is. I want to see that. I want to see your orb picture. When you come up. Thank you. Did you have fun? You tired? Did we wear you out? Where's my orb?
Look at that orb.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
The moon is to the left in the trees. You think that's a pretty good orb?
Yeah, that's a.
I've got
that's a great orb.
Small little things.
Oh, that's a great orb. So, did you hear anything when you were taking that, or?
No, didn't hear anything.
That's a great orb.
You see, there's the moon right there.
No, that's a good shot. And you know what? If you took picture after picture, I bet you it was like moving. It could be moving.
I kept trying.
Did you get it? Did you get anything after?
My camera kept hesitating. It was hesitating.
At the Converse Alumni House. In one particular wedding, we were doing flowers in the kitchen area. It was me and my mom, my stepdaughter come in, and we were actually waiting for the boys to get there. At that point, we heard children playing and running around. And I said, oh, the kids must be here. My stepdaughter leaves and goes out to show them where we were, and she says, there's nobody here. I said, what do you mean? There's children playing. They have to be here. She goes, no. So I walked out of the kitchen, walked around. Sure enough, nobody is in the building. Me and my mom stood there and looked at each other for a few minutes. It was quiet again, so I continued to do arrangements. Again, children playing, running up and down. It sounded like they were running up and down the long porch. Running up and down that long porch, running and playing and laughing. And then upstairs, when we would go, now this has happened twice. I've taken several couples to look at it. And when you go upstairs, you always get brushed. Usually when you hit to the top of the stairs, where the landing is, you'll either get brushed on the arm or brushed on the leg.
Cool.
Like a cat. Like a cat. Like you feel like a cat is brushing you. Now, my sister-in-law, it happened to her, she was gone. She didn't stay. She said, y'all figure it out, I'll be downstairs or out the door. Now, the custodian who brings over the linens, the table linens, and all the other stuff, says he will not be there by himself. He will only bring the linens or whatever when the people or whoever's renting the place is there. He will not be there by himself.